Hello and welcome to BOI Weekly. I'm Kayode Alayande. Today on the show, we'll head to Akure, the Ondo State capital, to bring you some of the Bank of Industry's interventions there. One is in the hospitality sector, while the other plays in the agricultural space. With the support of the Bank of Industry, Heritage Continental Hotel has become a flagship five-star hotel and suites that proudly offers world-class hospitality services and comfort to tourists and business people in the area. Also in Ondo State, the Bank of Industry invested in Abivict Farms Limited. The chief promoter, Mr. Taiwo Fawolu, who benefited under the BOI's YesP initiative, tells us how the Bank of Industry supported him to purchase and raise over 2,000 point-of-lay birds. This helped to radically increase his farm's capacity to better satisfy the egg consumption market in Akure and neighboring towns. You're welcome again. Stay close.
This is Heritage Intercontinental Hotel. Located within the government-reserved area of Akure and furnished with luxury beddings, super-fast Wi-Fi, standard-sized swimming pool, continental restaurant and a well-equipped gym and spa, Heritage Hotel is a decent and globally competitive five-star hotel, many thanks to the Bank of Industry. Leaning on a rich background in the hotel and hospitality business with a bachelor's degree in sociology, love for traveling and incurable passion for tourism, the chief promoter, Mr. Ige Akinjishola, established Bliss World Hotel in Akure, Ondo State 12 years ago. But in 2016, he decided to take the business to another level. Keying into existing and planned infrastructure as well as natural endowments in Ondo State like the Idonre Hills, golf courses, bitumen mining, refinery and other facilities, Mr. Akinjishola decided it was only wise to establish a luxury hotel in his home state to satisfy the hospitality needs of the crop of tourists and expatriates the infrastructure is expected to attract. Considering this a bankable business idea, the Bank of Industry decided to invest in Heritage Hotels, providing funds to furnish and equip it.
This hotel can compete with any 4- or 5-star hotel in the whole world. All the basic amenities are there. We have in the luxurious part of our business, because when I say our business, I mean Bliss World and Heritage, because they are sister companies and under the same management. And the likes of anything you can find in a 4-star hotel, good rooms, luxurious beddings, we have Wi-Fi, you have the pool area, you have the gym, you have the spa, and anything good. Our restaurant is Continental. Anything you can think of in any standard good hotel anywhere in the world. And mind you, the concept was put together by a team of professionals that went around about 5 different countries before we could arrive at this junction. So you can see it as if you are doing your holiday in Dubai or UK.
Granted, these are facilities that a standard 4-star hotel should have. However, you can expect more unique services when you walk into Heritage Intercontinental Hotel.
We have our continental dishes. Mention it. Is it African cuisine? Is it French, Italian, anything? We have our customers covers people from all over the world. So what we have in our restaurants, whatever you can order in any, when I say 5-star hotel, you expect people from every part of the world. So you should have made provision to cater for anybody from any part of the world. You can bring your Italian friends here, you can bring your people from Pakistan, people from any part. Arabs, our restaurant can take care of that, because the restaurant was basically designed in Italy by Electrolux, and it can cater for 250 people in 1 hour. So we have the facilities in place, and the personnel were recruited from every part of the world.
Ondo State is a highly politically exposed place, and it's not unusual to find politicians traversing the landscape with political activities happening ever so often here. One then wonders if Heritage Hotel seeks to get some business mileage from the traffic.
This hotel was established to cater for people from all walks of life. So we are not focusing on politicians. Basically, we want to serve this environment and this country. Like I said earlier on, we expect people, multinationals, to come and hold their retreats. You can imagine the busyness of Lagos, Port Harcourt. So we expect, so the project was not tailored towards any particular government or politician. Well, it could complement, just like the state, like I said, that they have a lot of programs, developmental programs, and they keep their VIP guests here, which is a welcome development and we appreciate. But basically, we did not fashion this place towards any political party. We've had good, big personnel that have come here. In fact, you know, when you're doing this kind of project, you have a period that you even want to watch. Assume that what could happen in about 12 months, but to the glory of God, as I speak to you, the occupancy is around 70 to 80% on daily basis, and the caliber of men that has been here, we've hosted minimum of about 3 or 4 federal ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Of course, the state is having a lot of programs and they keep their VIP personnel here. Like the Minister of Niger Delta was here, the Minister for Mines and Power was here, the Minister for Water Resources was here. A lot of people, a lot of well-meaning people has been here, both within and from outside Nigeria.
Being a capital-intensive endeavor, it's not unusual for hotels to raise funds from the banking sector. Heritage Hotel chose the Bank of Industry, and the chief promoter shared his experience with the bank.
I wouldn't say it's all smooth. It wasn't really at the initial stage because they were not really disposed to hotel business at the initial stage. Maybe, probably, to the way people have behaved in the past, according to, you know, everybody has his own credit record. But eventually they took over the project and they were the one that made it possible for us to be in market, in business today. Bank of Industry came to our rescue because we were done with the physical aspect of the construction, but there was no funding for infrastructures to make the construction work meaningful, i.e. the computers, the televisions for the rooms, the furniture of which you are seeing now, the generator, which is the main problem of this industry, power, you know. So Bank of Industry were responsible for that, and we really appreciate that. Well, I would say thank you to them for coming to our aid, especially when virtually all the commercial banks could not help us, even the ones we've had relationship with for over 10-15 years. They've tried, and the only thank you I think we should do is by making sure we did not disappoint them, so that they will be able to assist other people in the same industry, which is very important, because they will refer to it, yes, Heritage did well or we did bad, but we know it's going to be the other side, it's going to be the good ones they will say about us. We can assure them they will get their money back with interest at the appropriate time.
Heritage Hotel got a mid-term loan at BOI and has performed well servicing the facility.
We have a 5-year loan tenure and we have a 1-year moratorium. But with the way things are going, I hope and I pray that we won't pay down before then, because We are meeting our repayment, and they made it so convenient for us. We are not under any pressure. Because if you take a facility and you are not able to, if you are under pressure, you will not be able to take adequate attention in the maintenance of the facility, of which you might run into problem before the end of the loan tenure. But in this circumstance, they made it very convenient for us, and we hope to pay at the right time. Coupled with the fact that what the governor is doing now is expanding the business life of the state, and we are getting the patronage.
Even though the hotel has world-class facilities that guarantee comfort and holistic hospitality, there has to be a way of maintaining traffic and repeat visits.
Anything good needs marketing, because you need to make people know what you have. Like I said initially, that we are now relying on any political organization or government. That's why we have to reach out via the internet, via electronic media. We are reaching out, and our marketing team is putting a lot of facility in place in conjunction with some tourist organizations. We are partnering with them so that we can market this place to the whole world, because our goal is not people that reside in Ondo State alone, even though they play a very important part of our market. The people outside, and there must be a means in which we will reach out to them. And referrals is the very best of marketing. So if we do well, people that experience the heritage will tell others.
Have you ever imagined a time when you could apply for and get a loan from the comfort of your bedroom? Or prayed that the processing time was shorter? Well, it is now a reality with the fast and swift Bank of Industry real-time online loan application initiative.
The BOI online loan application portal is designed to deliver access and convenience to prospecting SME customers by ensuring that applicants need not have to physically visit the bank. Applicants simply have to submit all necessary documents via the online portal, with the liberty to select their preferred BOI state office wherein their applications will be processed. How it works: simply search the keyword Bank of Industry and download your mobile app from Play Store for Android users, BlackBerry App World for BlackBerry users, and Apple Store for iPhone users. Click on the Apply button. Click on Register to register your account. A verification link and tracking code will be sent to your registered email address. Click on the verification link to facilitate login. Once logged in, you can complete your application, submit, and click on Continue to start tracking your loan application. An email will be sent to your email address confirming receipt of the application. With this initiative, BOI has reduced its loan application and processing turnaround time. Start applying for your loan right away. Bank of Industry, transforming Nigeria's industrial sector.
As the Nigerian government continues to intensify efforts in diversifying the economy, agriculture has become a major option, making it the most commercialized of all Nigeria's agricultural subsectors. The reason is not far-fetched. For instance, 1.2 trillion naira worth of chickens are consumed in Nigeria annually. Aside from this, the global average per capita consumption of poultry meat has shot up incredibly since the 1960s. Little wonder the Bank of Industry is excited about encouraging small businesses in this subsector, and it has actually gone ahead to support several poultry farms across the country under different funding arrangements. One of the farms that benefited from the Bank of Industry's intervention recently is Abivict Poultry Farm. It's located along the Akure-Ilesha Expressway in Ondo State. The chief promoter, Abivict Farms Limited, Mr. Taiwo Fawolu, who benefited under BOI's ESP initiative, tells us how the bank supported him to purchase and raise over 2,000 points of laybirds, an intervention that has helped to increase his farm's capacity to better satisfy the egg consumption market in Akure and neighboring towns.
Abivict Farms started shortly after my youth service program in 2009. After finishing in NYSC, I decided to start the business simply because I read animal production and health. So, and there is no job as at that time. So thinking of what to do. So I now decided to start with like 200 points of lay in a rented apartment in Iriakari Estate area of Akure. So that was the beginning of the farm. That exactly March 16, 2009.
Business growth on a geometric level doesn't just happen. Mr. Fowler shares his.
Now, since 2010, March 16, so my first point of lay arrived. So from that 200 point of lay, I decided to rent another apartment which can contain like 400 birds. So in cassava area of Futa. Doing that, I now increase again after a year that I've acquired that 400 capacity pen house. I merged the product together, 200 in one pen in a rented apartment, the additional 400 in another rented apartment. So at 2011 towards June, so I got to come to this farm here to buy 3 plots of land for a start, to start the real Abivict Farms structure. So ever since then, I've started constructing pen till 2015 that I built this pen. So, and the Abivict Farms in terms of number has been increasing geometrically. What I mean by geometric is, okay, from 200 to 400, then from 400 to 800, from 800 to 2,000, then from 2,000 to the current 4,000 that I'm planning.
Every business will need support at some point or the other, but it's more important to know where to go. Abivict sought help with the Bank of Industry, and today, the rest is history.
If you go to commercial banks, you know that their interest rate is killing. So you cannot do anything agriculture on the bank, the commercial bank rate of interest. For example, the last time I asked, it was 26% interest per annum. But in the case of BOI, when I heard about them, they said it's single-digit interest rate. So, and there is a program that was going on then, the ESP program. So I applied for it on the net. I was shortlisted. Then after shortlisting us, we did an online training. After the online training, we do in-class training. So from there, they told us what to do to apply. So, and that was what we did. And since then, we have been pushing it till it comes to pass in September.
The poultry business in Nigeria is obviously bedeviled by a myriad of risks and challenges, but for this farmer, 2 of them stand out.
There are 2 challenges that I will talk about. One is the purchasing power of people, the consumers. Then the increase in the cost of our inputs, like the feeds now. Initially, if you want to do a set of a cage that will house like 360 to 380, it's just like about 140,000, but of recent is 200 and something thousand, like 220 to 230,000 naira before you can do that. Then the prices of feed increased to like 3,600 or thereabout. I mean layers mash, which we used to buy at the rate of 1,950 in the recent years. So the prices of those inputs has actually increased. Now for us to increase the prices of egg to commemorate with our former profits, the purchasing power of people For example, in Ondo State, most of them are civil servants. So for a state that is owing like 6 months or 7 months salary, egg is ordinary luxury for some household. They won't take it because they prefer all those direct food than balancing diet. So they just want their belly to be filled, not minding the quality of what they are putting there. So in that case, people are not ready to buy. We have glut, and we cannot even increase the prices of egg when there is an increase in the inputs.
You may be watching this and thinking, I'd love to run a poultry business someday. Well, here's a thought on how to get started.
I will advise anybody that wants to start from a rented apartment like I do, because going to rent a penthouse to stock the birds. So it's better to rent. For example, now a layers apartment that will house like 1,500 to 2,000 is just at the rate of 150 to 200,000 per annum. So it's better for someone to start from there than to go and erect a structure that will be more than 2 million naira.
Different businesses always require different levels of support. Interventions at the Bank of Industry are always strategically targeted for maximum impact. The same approach was applied to Abivict, and the impact has been huge.
You cannot replicate what you have in the farm. What I mean by replicate what you have in the farm in the sense that, okay, maybe you are having 2,000 layers now. You cannot use the proceed of that 2,000 layers to produce another 2,000 layers now, because the cost of feed is very high. Before, we are producing a layer with like 900 naira to 1,000 naira, but presently it's above 2,000 naira. So if you have 2,000 layers before and you want to replicate it, that means you need like 4 million naira to replicate what you have in the farm. And presently the gain, the profit on egg cannot commemorate that. So it is impossible. Now, in view of that, my business was almost going down simply because of the problem with the economy, until when the BOI now intervened. So there are 2,500 layers. It's a big plus to the business at this time.
There's always a day when a business will experience its share of Murphy's Law. It's the day when everything that can possibly go wrong will go wrong.
I had a great mortality one night. The mortality was due to the fact that some people came into the farm. Maybe they missed their road. They thought they are entering Ilara, Mokin. So they now mistakenly enter the farm, then putting on light. So that now scared those birds that are on the floor, that I lost like 380 13 weeks old pullets.
The direct positive impact of BOI's intervention on any business is always guaranteed, but the third-party footprints are even more powerful.
It's the Bank of Industry's stock in trade to support businesses with bankable ideas, either in the hospitality business, agro-processing, solid minerals, information and technology, oil and gas, and even the creative industry. You name it. If your business falls in any of these categories and more, invite the Bank of Industry to partner with you by visiting any of their branches closest to you or log on to their website at boi.ng. You can apply for BOI loans online. Simply download the BOI SME loan app from the Google Play Store and follow the instructions. Now feel free to tweet at me at KAY for further inquiries. And then you can watch previous editions of the program on youtube.com by typing BOI Weekly in the search area. That will be our show for today. Many thanks for watching. I'm Kayode Alayande. Bye now.